Hello everyone, welcome to Willadine's Kitchen. Today we're going to make a quick batch of biscuits here. So what I have is, we're going to start off by, we have 1 1/3 cups of flour here. We have baking soda, teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We have some salt here, half a teaspoon of salt. We have buttermilk. We have about 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk here in this cup here, and we have our chilled butter. We have a chilled butter here. This was in the refrigerator, so we have 5 tablespoons of butter cut up in cubes that we're going to use to mix into the flour to make the biscuit dough. So these are our ingredients for our quick, flaky, buttery buttermilk biscuits. We'll be back when we start mixing up the dry ingredients. Okay, so what we have here is our handy food processor, which we're going to use just to cut the butter into the flour. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to add the baking soda, baking powder, and the salt to the flour. Mix that up in there well, dry ingredients in there well. And now we're going to add our butter, a very cold butter, into the flour mixture as well. Mix that up, and we're going to bring back our handy food processor here, and we're going to put all these ingredients into the processor. Now the food processor, it's just an easier way to get this done. This is one appliance that has really reduced the amount of prep time in the kitchen on thousands of different dishes. You can do so much with a food processor. And this is a mini one. In fact, it's not even a full-size one. So real handy machine. So we got all of our ingredients here into the processor. We're going to pulse it, and this is going to mix that butter in there good with the flour. Okay, fast and easy. Okay, great. Now we're going to put this flour mixture back into the bowl. Great. All right, so mix that up a little bit. Now, next step is to add our buttermilk. And now we're going to mix up our dough. Okay, so once we get that mixed in there good. With biscuit dough, we don't want to work it too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my counter prepared to fold out the dough and start getting ready to roll up the biscuits. Okay, everyone, so I have my dough here, biscuit dough, and we have floured our surface. We're going to fold this dough out onto the counter here. Nice and good there. And we're going to have to knead it a little bit here to get everything mixed in good. A little more flour. Okay. So what we want to do is, with this biscuit dough, we want to be able to layer it and fold it over so we can get nice, flaky Buttermilk Biscuits here. So what I'm gonna do is kind of pat it down, and then I'm gonna fold it over like this. So I'm gonna fold this one over like this here, and get a little bit more flour here. Those slightly wet. And now we're gonna pat it down some more. Now what this folding and layering does is gives us a flakier biscuit here. So we're gonna do one more fold here. Fold it like this here. We'll fold it like this here. And now I'm gonna flatten these out. And I'm gonna get my rolling pin and we're gonna roll this out here. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this dough out a little bit here, and then I'm gonna get it into the pan. And I want slightly thick biscuits, so we're not gonna roll it out too thin. I think that's good right there. And folks, I'm gonna cut these biscuits. Okay, so we're gonna cut the biscuits now. I normally do my biscuits in squares instead of cutting out the round biscuits. I think this is easy. Certainly saves dough. Here, just like that. Okay, so we got 3, 6, 9 biscuits. We're gonna get those ready to get on the pan and in the oven. Biscuits are ready for the oven. I got them on the pan here. They're on top of some parchment paper that I kind of just lightly sprayed with a little of the non-stick spray. Now there's a tale out there that if you wash some buttermilk on top of your biscuits, that they will brown better. So we're gonna give that a test today. It's the first time I did the buttermilk wash, but I have some buttermilk here, and you can see I'm just brushing the top of the biscuits with the buttermilk. So my oven is at 400 degrees. We're gonna pop these in there for about 18 minutes, 15 to 18 minutes. Nice golden brown, then we'll be back. Hey folks, we just removed the biscuits from the oven, and they're nice golden brown. And this is one case where I'm going to agree with the French. You can't have too much butter, so we're just going to brush the top with some butter here. That was my stove alarm going off. There we go. Yeah, nice butter top biscuits here. Looks great. Okay, so we've broken open one of our biscuits here. It's nice and flaky and nice and steamy and flaky. So we came out with some really good biscuits. I'm going to plate a couple of them up, and then we'll be back.